In today's episode, recapping day 2 of Social Media Marketing World. A lot of good introductory sessions. I talked to a number of attendees who were really happy with the show overall, and a lot of the introductory material. A lot of the crowd is at the show for the first time, and so getting a lot of benefit from the basics, making sure that the basics are solid and in good condition, which is super important, making sure that you are using the basics well. One of the more advanced ideas that came out of a bunch of conversations yesterday was using social media data in an offline way. So we tend to think of online and offline as these separate things. You spend a lot of time running ads and putting more content, and then you have things that are like out-of-home advertising, direct mail, phone calls. And we don't ever really put the two audiences together. We don't ever take insights from one and use it to inform the other. There is a place for offline. There is a place for print. There is a place for traditional advertising. You have to do it well, and you have to do it very efficiently. So you're looking for maximizing your return on investment for what will be higher cost, higher expense forms of outreach. But there is a place for it, particularly since there's more bandwidth in the offline. 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, your postal mailbox was stuffed full of just garbage, right? Just junk mail. And the inbox was a magical place where your friends messaged you. We flip that around now, and now your inbox and your social inboxes and your comment feeds are all stuffed with junk and more ads than you can count. And your postal mailbox basically just like bills, maybe the occasional magazine, a random like political advertisement, and that's it. So the physical inbox is now a place of relative information scarcity, and there are other channels that you can use to reach audiences in the physical world. I was talking to someone yesterday who works at a propane company, and they're saying like they've hit diminishing returns on their Facebook ads. They're spending, and just not getting the kinds of results that they're looking for. So I said, well, how are you trying to reach people within your service area more efficiently? They said, well, just keep running ads. Like, well, the ad inventory, particularly this time of year, meaning in an election year, is super expensive because every political campaign on Facebook is spending like a drunken sailor on shore leave to attract attention. I said, what if you could reach those people in an offline way, in a way that might make a lot of sense? And they said, well, like, how would you do that with Facebook data? I said, you go to Facebook Audience Insights, type in the geography of the place that comprises your service area, like San Diego, California, and then go to tab 2 in Facebook Audiences. It's called Page Likes. And you'll see all the things that people in that community like. And if you don't see things that are immediately obviously leaping out as to where your audience is, then go into interests on the left-hand side and type in the word pizza. And you will start to see things like popular pizza restaurants in your service area. Reach out to that restaurant, and because many pizza places do offer an advertising program, and say, how much would it cost me to attach physical flyers to pizza boxes that deliver in this service area? Now, the cost may be higher than a Facebook ad, maybe, but substantially lower than like a printed magazine, substantially lower than a newspaper, and you're reaching places that your audience is paying attention, right? When somebody orders a pizza and it comes with a sheet of paper, they at least look at it first before they toss the box, hopefully in the recycling bin. I said, so that's a use case where you can take Facebook data to identify the pizza shop that people like in that area and work with that to distribute a message. And the same is true of like live music venues. Is there a place that has your audience that you could go and buy like the little advertisements in the restroom, right? Is there a mall? Is there a theater? Is there a local musician that you could sponsor that is really part of your core audience. Amanda Robinson over at The Digital Gal said this best. When you buy Facebook ads, you're buying data. You're not buying necessarily performance. You're buying access to data. But with Facebook Audience Insights, you don't have to buy anything. You can go in and use the targeting tool and just learn more about who your audience is. Do it now while the information is still available, because this will get regulated out of existence at some point, I'm sure. But go in and learn about your audience. And then, are there hooks that you can use to reach out into the community and the target audience you're looking at, especially for local business, and work on building those relationships in the real world. Facebook can give you the guidance as to where in the real world you should be spending that time based on the popularity and the interests people have and the places they check in. And then you can use a channel that is less crowded, like the physical location itself. So that's an important, more advanced takeaway from conversations I had at the show. I didn't actually go to any sessions on the second day because, again, most of them were very introductory, and that's great. It's an important thing. But a lot of folks that I did chat with had some advanced questions. More experienced practitioners had some advanced questions about how do I get more out of what it is that we're doing with social media data. And so I think that's certainly one of the most useful and entertaining and insightful ways that I could have spent the day chatting and seeing the kinds of questions people ask about the data. But again, the conference was a fantastic conference. Lots of good people, lots of new people. Always love talking to new people and seeing what people's business challenges are with social media data. And stay tuned to the Trust Insights podcast. I'm actually going to be posting the audio from my Off the Books workshop on Data Science 101. So if you're not subscribed, go over to trustinsights.ai and you can find the podcast in the little menu. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, wherever it's called, In-Ear Insights. And you'll hear that talk from yesterday that won't be posted on traditional channels. So go over there. And thanks, of course, to Social Media Examiner, the team there, Mike Stelzner, Phil Mershon, and the whole crew for putting on yet another wonderful year. If you have follow-up questions on this, please leave it in the comments below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Want help solving your company's data analytics and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.